Double marker toss. Still just the one. You caught it kind of weird. Hey, what do we got? Last lesson of the week. Standard deviation part 4. Is sugar destroying us? That's the title of the lesson. This will be a multi-part series in which we investigate sugar, food, all kinds of fun stuff like that. How's it made? Yeah, we'll look at it. But most of this lesson is going to be done as mini-me. I always wanted to try to do this, so I'll try to, become mini-me, right?
Hey guys, getting a mini-me lesson today. So let's get right into it. So make sure you open up this worksheet, the standard deviation practice worksheet off of today. And then don't, the preview usually is off, so you're like, yeah, I don't know why that happens. Make sure you open up in Google Docs and you can get a better look at it there. You can print it out if you have access to a printer. If not, that's okay. You can just pull it up and look at it and then write answers down on a piece of paper. So we're going to be using this, but it's not really necessary that you have that for the lesson because I actually add some stuff in there. Okay, so let's talk about sugar in sodas. Here is a list I got from Business Insider website, and they took it from Caffeine Informer and Euromonitor. Okay, but what we have here is a list of like 14 popular drinks. There's energy drinks on here. There's some iced tea, some coffee. But I want to just look at soda. So what I did is I went ahead and eliminated the ones that weren't sodas. So these are all 12-ounce cans. And I threw in some additional ones that weren't on the list, like A&W, Root Beer, Sunkist, Sierra Mist, and so on. Okay. I then took the amount of sugar that is in a 12-ounce can. So we got 46, 45, 42, and so on. Sorry, these aren't in order because I threw some extra ones in there. But that's okay. And I just took the amount of sugar in each one and put it into the standard deviation calculator from our webpage. Thank you, Math is Fun website. And it gave me the mean of 41.6. So I went ahead and rounded that to the nearest tenth. And it also does a great job of just showing you the steps. That's what I love about this one. It gives you the differences from the mean. So all 14 data points subtracted from the mean. It then squares each difference. It takes the sum of the differences and adds them up and takes the average, which is the variance, 7.5, and then take the square root of that in order to get the standard deviation of 2.7. Okay. Now we look at this guy. This is your norm referenced curve. What you do is you take and you put the mean right there in the middle, and then you go ahead and add the standard deviation of, I rounded it to 2.7, and you add that going this way, okay? And then you go ahead and subtract it going the other direction, and you've got a nice spread of the 1 sigma, 2 sigma, and so on. Now, where do our sodas fall in these regions? That's what we've done the last couple days with Anthony Rizzo. We did it with whatever the first thing we did with, that was just off the worksheet, number 1 off the worksheet with test scores. Okay, so let's take a look. The first group, the highest amount of sugar in the soda of root beer and Mountain Dew would fall under this category from between 1 and 2. So not an outlier, okay, but they are the winners, so to speak. The next group we have is our cherry colas and our Sunkist and Fanta orange drinks. They're right in between the mean and 1 sigma, so right centered in the middle. And over on this side, we have our Dr. Pepper and cherry Dr. Pepper, and also we got just regular Coke and Pepsi. And notice that they're just kind of oriented towards the center here, not much going on. And then you've got your lower sugar drinks. I guess you're still talking between 36 and 39 grams of sugar, so it's not like that's not a little amount. But you've got your clear colas right there, and that's all 14 of them. So when you add that up, not add that up, but just look at it, nobody's really like far away from anybody else. There isn't a healthy option. Now you could go to diet sodas if you want, which is a different category, but they're using artificial sweeteners and other things to get it to taste better. So then there's the argument is like, is that better for you just because it's not sugar? It's other things like aspartame and sucralose and these things that you make in anyway, that's a different discussion to have. So if we're just looking at soda that has sugar in it, this is what you get. And there's no, crazy good option here, okay? So they're all bad, okay? Case in point. Don't think that I'm drinking the Sierra Mist. That's a healthy soda. No, not the case. So what does that mean in terms of like your health also? So when you go ahead and pull up the Desmos activity for today, you're going to notice that I'm just asking you questions about food that you have in your house. I think I asked you to go ahead and grab some bread, to grab a carton of milk, okay? And I want you to be able to determine like, is this how much sugar is in each one of these? Okay, now back to the worksheet. What we have here is 6 sodas with the nutrition information, and we're going to look at the correlation between sugar and calories. Okay, so what we have going on there. There's a little chart where all I need you to do is write down the calories for each soda. There's only 6 of them. And then this goes through the process of standard deviation. So you can actually skip that and just notice that each one has calories and each one has an amount of sugar. Okay. And on the next page, there's a scatter plot that I actually do in the Desmos for you. Okay, so a lot of this is just for show. You can just kind of look at this, but you have my permission to kind of like just say, okay, this is what we're doing now. And if you pull up the Desmos activity, you can just see that I've done that for you with 20 sodas. So I took the 14 from the list you just saw, added 6 more in just to get a bigger sample. Okay, but it is a sample. And we're doing the standard deviation, we're doing the correlation, doing all that fun stuff. So like, what does it mean? Is it going to be a high correlation value? Do you guys remember your R squared values? Okay, I hope you do. I still have them up on the board right there. And then tomorrow, next week, we'll look at cereal. Okay, so just kind of keep this one in the bank here. But you guys see this right here. This is what I was doing, mapping this out. So this is where you can record that for the mean of 41.6, which is the amount of sugar. And then you can add, and then place the sodas just like I did for you. That's always good to know. Like this is something I want you to be able to do, and to do the spread of the data and where things fall. Are there outliers? You know, what did I expect to happen? What did happen? All that theoretical versus experimental going on. Okay, so that's the worksheet. I'll call that the end of the lesson. We got a lot more to talk about, but not today. So,
Hey, we're back. Just because we want to do a marker toss just to see what's going on over there. And me, graduated cylinder. So, hey, dude, science. What are you guys doing? Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you know what you're doing? Yeah, science from the internet. Right, Mini-Me? On the internet. People on the internet. Great. Okay, go ahead. Science! Turn green.